G'day, welcome to my channel. So I had this, I wanted a bit of firewood really, because it's had this gigantic split, so it was kind of split in half. So here I'm going to take a split a little bit further to part the two pieces. I'm going to make a bowl out of it some way or another. Onto the bandsaw, get this into shape onto the lathe. Blade on the bandsaw isn't that bright, but I kind of use them until they could be used no more. They're not that expensive, but I don't like to change a bandsaw blade every piece of wood cut, so try and get the yardage out of it for sure. And this is spalted maple. It's fairly dry, and myriad of cracks, as you'll see as we get closer on this one. Put it through between centres after drilling a pilot hole for the headstock. Tailstock brought up to the other side, and here's the start of many uses of the CA glue to stop up those cracks. It does work well, that CA glue. Holds it together. Certainly don't want it coming flying apart on the lathe. Using the Hercules roughing tool to get this into a round shape. Switch over to the half-inch bowl gouge relatively soon to get some nice finishing cuts going on the outside. Using a Tennon with the 150 Bic mark chuck, and hold this all together because there is quite a lot of cracks in this piece. Ramping up, you see, around about 650 RPM as it gets into shape. Still on the Hercules at this point or this stage. With the shape of the bowl on the outside, there were some flat parts, so I had to take the edge of the bowl to the narrowest point at the foot, and then brought the bowl out to a shape so that the top was wider than the bottom. And the shape worked out pretty well at the end. Here comes the bowl gouge to get those finishing cuts through. It turned really well, this maple. Using various forms of push and pull cuts on the outside of the bowl. Hoping you guys could sort of get an understanding of the process here. If there's any questions, please leave comments. Certainly will answer them as and when they come up. I'm using here is the Mylan's sanding sealer on the outside of the bowl at this stage, and I also put it onto the live edge, which I opted for as this bowl started to come to its fruition with the many cracks that were stopped up with the CA glue. I felt that it would be a bit better with the live edge. So here's the face of the bowl being reversed back into the chuck on the Tennon, using the half-inch bowl gouge to take out most of the meat inside of the bowl. I took the edge of the bowl out to around about 3/8 of an inch, and retaining the bark on there as much as possible. And I did use the CA glue to kind of stabilise that bark, so when the bowl was finished, it would hold there for as long as the bowl exists. It really does stabilise the bark on these live edges. Since the bowl was fairly dry, I've left quite a lot of material in the bottom of the bowl to give it a bit of weight, not to be one that's going to, quarter-inch all the way even the foot of the bowl either. I like to keep the weight of the material in there. It can only be done if the material is dry, of course. The thicker the bottom is, the more likely it's going to crack or start to alter its shape as it dries out. So this particular piece is fairly dry. I switched over the tool rest to a curved one to get a little deeper into that bowl, and even though there's a 55-degree bowl gouge being used, I can still get that angle from the inside of the bowl right through to the centre of the bottom of the bowl. I do this by using the bowl gouge at the start of the cut and then allowing it to go up and over. So at one point of the bowl gouge's angle of attack, so to speak, it does provide the bevel contact all the way around the bowl by raising the point of the gouge as you're going through the side to the bottom of the bowl. It's pretty hard to explain, but if you watch the video, you'll see how I drop the handle of the tool down, and of course that brings the point up and kind of cuts in an arc shape. I've used the axe sanding paste and also the axe polishing on the outside and the inside of the bowl. This particular one didn't want to use any friction polish or any shine, just wanted that matte finish and the natural look, and it came out pretty well at the end of the day. And fairly shortly I'm going to reverse this bowl and mount it onto the Frugal vacuum chuck, which is something I've used now 2 or 3 times, and it's an excellent tool. Not expensive, comes with the vacuum pump. It gives an extremely good suction on the bowl surface and holds it steady. So I use the chuck on the tailstock here with the bowl reversed to get it centered, and then turn on the vacuum chuck using the voice control Alexa to turn it on and off, so that I've got both hands on the job and can turn the machine on and off with just the voice. So it worked out well. So here's the tenon being turned off on the bottom of the bowl, and I use pull cuts and push cuts here just to keep that firmness against the vacuum chuck, and it runs around here around about 800, 900 RPM. Got to be very careful though with using vacuum chucks and not to get a catch. It will make the bowl move. In my experience, it has, and if it moves too much, of course, it'll just fly off the lathe. So it is a good tool, but it comes in some more CA glue to stop up some of those cracks that were evident as the foot came off. Do use the Simon Hope texturing tool in a moment here. You'll see it being applied on the bottom just to give a bit of a pattern. So, someone that buys this bowl will be pleasantly surprised with a textured pattern on the bottom sitting there. It's always a nice touch. The texturing tool that I use, as I said, is the Simon Hope's tool. It's got a about 3/4 inch wheel, and the teeth are cutting teeth, so it does a really fine job, particularly when using a material like maple. It's hard enough to take that pattern on board. Some of the softer woods you'll get a lot of tear out, but zero tear out on this one. There goes the tool, and you can leave this tool against the job for quite a while. I've left it there for probably about 30 seconds, going backwards and forwards over and over the pattern. You can see a nice pattern there, and I edge it up with a pointing tool just to give it a border, and it turns out well. Finally give it a bit of a light sanding around 400 grit on the bottom there, just to take the some of the tear outs on that pattern. This is the pointing tool being applied now, but the pattern, the sanding, you don't press it too hard, else you just remove the pattern altogether. So 400 grit is probably plenty enough. And then axe sanding paste just to finish it off on the bottom with the axe polish, and then finally I'll use a Forstner bit to put in the maker's badge to finish off the bowl. Guys, if you like this video, please subscribe, press the like button, and don't forget the bell to get reminders of all new videos that I do as we come out. Generally like to do one per week, and there's always some new projects coming up. Got them all in mind. At the end of this video I've got some stills showing the bowl in its complete. So it started off with a rough piece of firewood, and at the end of the day it came a very useful live edged maple spalted bowl. Anyway guys, good to have you with me again, and looking forward to the next video. Cheers.